Do you like horror movies? Do you like horror movies from the 2010s? Have you ever wondered what the best horror movies of the decade are? Well, I wondered the same thing myself, so I went about ranking the top 100 from the 2010s. Here is my list with today's episode looking at movies ranked 40 through 31. Stick around until the end of the video to see which ones made the cut. Maybe you'll even discover a title that's new to you.
Oh jeez, whoa, Jesus.
Did you see the way those guys looked at us?
Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. This horror comedy features a pair of hillbillies who are mistaken for killers by a group of clueless college friends. Taking place in the backwoods of West Virginia, the movie follows Tucker and Dale as they work on a recently bought cabin. As a group of college friends go skinny dipping, one of them hits her head and begins to drown, until being saved by Tucker and Dale. However, the remaining friends run off thinking Tucker and Dale tried killing their friend. This movie unfolds as a series of mishaps that get misconstrued, making the pair of hillbillies look like deranged killers when they are actually anything but. This one is a fun time, and if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend checking this one out, which you can do on Amazon Prime.
I'll be waiting in the dark when the pain finally kills you.
Insidious Chapter 3, Hulu. This third installment to the Insidious franchise is set as a prequel to the original two movies, and this one does not revolve around the Lambert family. This one instead focuses on teenager Quinn Brenner and her family. Quinn tracks down a renowned demonologist, Elise Rainier, portrayed by Lynn Shay, who reprises her role from the earlier films to contact her mother who passed away a year prior. But in doing so, comes into contact with a dark entity. After a car accident leaves Quinn with 2 broken legs, she becomes plagued by paranormal activity, mostly from a spirit wearing an oxygen mask referred to as the man who can't breathe. This one brings back Specs and Tucker, who team with Elise to try to bring down the spirits haunting Quinn and her family. Elise does battle with the Bride in Black, and as the movie comes to an end, we also see an appearance from the demon with a red face. This one strays from the original 2 Insidious movies by introducing different characters and antagonist spirits, but it holds up and makes for an entertaining watch.
The lucky few survive the disaster, and then one by one, death comes for them all.
2011 was a big year for follow-up movies to already established franchises, in most cases Part 4 or even Part 5 like this entry for Final Destination. Although being the 5th movie in the series, this one is billed as a prequel to the 2000s original. This one continues the story of cheating death and trying to outrun the reach of the Grim Reaper. Final Destination 5 does have some originality and explains how survivors must kill someone to steal the life that they have left. The ending is also really cool, as Part 5 comes to an end at the airport where we watch the original movie take shape before our eyes as the 2 movies intertwine in a satisfying way. View this title on Amazon Prime. Gerald's Game. Like I warned earlier, this is another entry brought to life from the mind of the maniac, Stephen King. Imagine being handcuffed to a bed waiting on your lover, but your lover has a heart attack and dies. Now you have no way to escape, and the rotting corpse of your significant other is trapped in the same room. I don't know about you, but that mental image is what makes Mr. King a horror genius. Character development has always played a pivotal role in the works of Stephen King, and Gerald's Game is no exception. Can our lead character escape the bonds that bind her? Can she withstand the trauma of her past and fight for survival? Please check this one out for yourself and find out. Gerald's Game is an underrated gem from 2017. Watch at your own discretion. You will not be disappointed.
Hello? Hey!
You're ready to go. Your canoe will be right down there by the water. Need a map?
No, I know this park well.
Backcountry. This next entry has no ghosts, No monsters, not even an animated corpse, but it still finds itself on 2014's top 10 horror movie list. Why, you may ask? Well, simply put, because of the giant fucking bear that won't take no for an answer and keeps tearing people apart like they're made out of tissue paper. Backcountry is a nature survival horror movie based on real-life events, taking place in the picturesque Missinaibi Lake Provincial Park in Ontario, Canada. Backcountry follows couple Alex and Jen who head to the provincial park to locate a trail and lake that Alex used to frequent when he was younger. Alex lets his masculinity get the better of him and makes some very critical errors. When he sees bear tracks, he doesn't tell Jen. When he sees a half-eaten deer carcass, he thinks to himself, no big deal, eh? When Jen goes for her phone, Alex says, I left it in the car so you wouldn't be distracted during our trip. I can relate to this sentiment, but damn, not a very wise decision. After we learn all this, we can see the writing on the wall, and it's only a matter of time before the star of the movie makes its appearance. That being a huge, hungry black bear. This animal stops at nothing to get some of that sweet man flesh. The bear mauling scene in this movie is awe-inspiring in the most carnal and disgusting of ways. The only thing I can compare it to is the bear scene in The Revenant. This scene is made all the more frightening because unlike a zombie or werewolf attack, you slowly realize this can really happen. Anytime you journey into the woods, you should have that in the back of your mind, that you cease to become the apex predator. After the pure shock of what happens, the rest of the movie follows Jen as she tries to survive and make her way to safety. Backcountry is horror personified, just in a different way, a real way, and I highly recommend this movie. Number 4, Ghost Stories. This underrated gem follows a man who spent his life debunking paranormal activity. Considering it his life's work to not be swayed by superstition like his family was growing up. This one is classified as an anthology. However, the plot is cohesive and the main character is featured throughout. This film covers 3 cases. The first follows a night watchman on duty at an abandoned asylum. Okay, that seems to track for a horror fan. Sign me up. The second case is of a teenager obsessed with the occult that runs over a strange creature on a dark and secluded highway. The third and possibly most mind-bending case is of a financier who is awaiting the birth of his first child. Soon, visions of his wife's death and poltergeist activity sends him into a downward spiral. This movie really is great. It sets a tense atmosphere and pays off big in the end. I highly recommend checking out 2018's Ghost Stories. Evil Dead. This one claims to be a sequel to 1981's The Evil Dead and is the 4th installment of the series. However, I view it as basically a remake to the original. This one stars Jane Levy, a star in the world of horror, with another role of hers being that of Rocky in Don't Breathe. This one did make bank at the box office, bringing in just shy of $100 million. If you're familiar with the original, this one follows the same premise. Girl locked up in basement, girl becomes possessed, shit goes crazy, everybody dies. From ancient incantations to deadites to sweet weapons, Evil Dead brings the horror and can be watched on AMC+. The Witch. The Witch was written and directed by Robert Eggers, who is also known for the recent remake of Nosferatu and The Lighthouse, the latter of which earned the top spot on my Best Horror of 2019 video. Also starring an actress who pops up on my videos quite often, Anya Taylor-Joy. This film is set in 1630s New England. Ah, what a time to be alive. While under the care of Thomason, played by Taylor-Joy, the youngest child of the family, Samuel, is stolen by a witch lurking in the woods to sacrifice him and use his body to make a flying potion. This one brings an eerie atmosphere that's hard to put your finger on. Watching the witch lead you on a journey filled with melancholy and dread. This folk horror film has many elements that make for an awesome viewing experience. And for me, that damn goat Black Phillip steals the show. Good lord, why is he so creepy? I don't know, but I love it.
Let's leave the wood.
Prometheus. This sci-fi horror flick was directed by Ridley Scott. It is the 5th installment of the Alien film series with an ensemble cast, including a haunting performance from Michael Fassbender as David, an android who forms an ego. Prometheus refers to the Titan in Greek mythology who defied the gods and gave man the gift of fire. For doing this, he was sentenced to eternal punishment, the gods not wanting to see mankind gain knowledge and usurp them. This movie has so many important plot points and an endless conversation can be had over its true meanings. To truly do this, it would need to have its own video to properly address all the cool shit going on with this movie. Today is just a short overview. Without a doubt, this is a sci-fi movie through and through. But I was amazed how the dark themes quickly changed this into one of the better horror movies to come out in recent history. This movie makes us question everything, really. Our creation, reality, mortality, and why we seek to learn the truth. Why do we want immortality, which goes against the natural state of death and rebirth? I could go on and on about this film, it's just that damn good. Not to mention the strange humanoid beings known as engineers. Just the presence of these beings fill you with awe and dread. I recommend Prometheus to any fan of horror and cinema in general. It truly is a modern-day masterpiece and can be viewed on Hulu. Number 4, It, Chapter 2. Bringing in nearly $500 million at the box office, we can't talk about horror movies of 2019 without bringing up It, Chapter 2.
Here. Take it.
In 2016, 27 years after his original defeat, Pennywise returns to Derry, Maine, killing a man named Adrian Mellon, whose boyfriend was assaulted by teens during a hate crime. Interesting fact some people may not know is that this is based on an actual incident. Charles Howard was thrown off the State Street Bridge in 1984 while walking home with his boyfriend in Bangor, Maine. Charles, unable to swim, drowned in the Kentuskag River, while his partner was able to escape the teens who perpetrated this attack. Back in the day, this case brought a lot of attention to the issue of hate crimes and the effects it can have on a small community. Back to the movie, the Losers Club is brought back together as they must come to terms with how their lives have turned out and try to combine forces to send the dancing clown back to the void he has crawled out of.